The incident happened on a winter night in 2012, late December or early January. I was working in an ISP's call center. It's noon when I wake up, so I'm the common sinner of the 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. shift. Like other days, when the office car dropped off in front of the house, it was 1.50 at night. Grandfather heart disease. It is forbidden to make any noise at night. Almost like a cat, I opened the collapsible gate of the ground floor and went up to the 4th floor to my room. The table is covered with rice, frozen beef, and thick mugdal. I finished the rice in 2 minutes, took off my clothes and shoes with a little water in my eyes and mouth. 2:06 a.m., midnight for many and early night for me. As soon as I got out of the car, I noticed a moon shining in the sky like an inverted silver plate. Wrapped in a sheet, I stood on the roof to light a fire on the head of a gold leaf. Adjacent to the house is the vast sand field of Ocean City, glistening in the moonlight with a random breeze as a bonus. A burst of happiness in the chest, I understand that people post on Facebook, "Life is beautiful" on such nights. I was so absorbed in myself that I regained consciousness with a cigarette stub on my finger. Rabat ars pincha ars. After giving himself a few blows, his head cooled down a bit. I turned around to go home. In the dark, I cautiously stepped forward and looked at the door and froze like ice. I have been scared a lot in life. I have seen life and death situations, and my head is clear. I have always seen how when my back is against the wall in dire situations or in unimaginable pressure, the decisions taken at that time are the best in all aspects. But this time, it's the opposite.
I know I have a problem with my eyes. The eyeglasses have been witnessing that problem for 11 years now. When someone says, "Nayan, you are wrong," I always smile softly and say, "Man is only wrong. Man is mortal." But what I saw that night was absolutely correct. I saw it perfectly clearly in the moonlight and the light coming through the door. What did you see? Even before I started writing this article, I thought for a long time how to describe the thing. Well, before the description, let's say a little more. I was born in Camilla, CMH. When I was 11 months old, due to the outbreak of malaria around me, my father sent me and my mother to my grandmother in Dhaka. Since then, I have been in Dhaka. My pulse is at this place near the airport. I am no stranger to the dark, but have never felt comfortable in the dark.
My attitude towards ghosts has always been one of never laughing off, but never excusing their existence. In response to the questions of my friends, I said with a smile,
"If there is a ghost wife, if there is no, then there is no case, dismissal of the case. If it does not fall in front of me, my heart is weak." That day, I got the answer to my question. I have no idea what the thing was. Maybe an evil genie in the Muslim language, maybe a childhood ghost, a skandakata, or an unsatisfied spirit. No F*** king idea, and trust me, I don't give a F*** about that thing's name. He will be taller than me by a hand. In the light of the moon, the figure wrapped in a white shroud is clearly visible. Wrapped up, it looks like the shroud has just been put on after a bath. The hair on the back of his head stood up for the first time in his life. I stare with disbelief in my eyes. It will be wrong to say that the head is working in any direction. At that time, 80% of my thoughts were fear. The remaining 20% was mixed with death thoughts and the question of the state, and I was trying hard to think of anyone, any prayer.
And like 10 Juma Muslims, I memorized the whole 20 surahs and came automatically in the middle of prayer. Remembering never required the slightest effort. But that day there was no surah. I could not remember the name of the surah or even a single Arabic letter. Train of empty thoughts inside the head. What is this? Oh God, what is this? What should I do? Jump from the roof? The building on the east side is 2-storied. If I jump with my eyes closed, I will break my arms and legs if I jump too much. But no more. Oh God, what is this thing? Look at the other side. Look at that side. Look at the other side and lower your eyes, brother. Not good. There is nothing wrong with your eyes. I know what that surah was. Doorbal bal bal bal. This still does not go? I am afraid. Which hunch hunch? Bokcho asterisk. Is this chicken like you that Kidale Jibga? God and God, what should I do? Can't go. I couldn't get a word out of my mouth.
Not a word.
Suddenly, I felt the object floating towards me. I didn't even think to look at the bottom of it. I was looking at the head as if enchanted. It seemed clear that the figure was coming towards me again. "Oh God!" I wanted to give a shout, blowing the sky, "I swear to God!" But in reality, I was losing consciousness after uttering a mumbled sound. After regaining consciousness, I opened my eyes once and saw the darkness and closed my eyes again in fear. Throbbing pain in the left side of the head. Brazilian samba and Indian drum duet in chest. I took a big breath and decided not to open my eyes. No matter what, the eyes can't be opened. The left hand is buried under the body. I moved a couple of inches and felt that there is a cigarette pack in the pocket. Hope increased the presence of the match.
Please believe me, I can light a cigarette sitting in a moving rickshaw even in the pouring rain. But that day, after an eternity passed, the nicotine entered the lungs after shaking the nose in anticipation of the burning smell of real gunpowder. I felt like I was happy. The head is cooling now. The logic is clear. Ayatul Kursi also remembered, Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul. After reading it twice in my heart, I read it aloud once after getting some courage. I took another drag on the cigarette and decided that this time I would get up. First, I will light a matchstick and look at the direction where the thing was. If it is still there, then I will run 2 steps and jump on the roof of the east side. If not, I will run along the house. I have a cigarette in my hand and still light a match. There is no point in taking chances. Fear is such a thing, Father.
Lighting the match, opening the eyes, rushing into the house and locking the door all together took 5 seconds. Trust me, only 5 seconds. I turned around and saw my mobile on the table, spinning with fear, and before I lost consciousness, I remembered that there is a thing called vibration mood. As soon as he received it, there was a barrage of threatening insults and questions from the other side. After 2 more cigarettes and a lot of stuttering, after telling the whole story to his girlfriend, he said in a clouded voice, "How much more do you talk? I know the boys of Dhaka very well. Who was the bastard you talked to on the other phone?" Then I was overcome with sadness. If I can't make my girlfriend believe me after being in love with her for so long, then I will trust other people. I only know how many things I had to swear, how many thousands of words I had to spend before giving the azan. Let that story be with me. There is no pressure on you. Believe it or not, I don't care. But I am telling you from my heart, if you do not believe, then come to this blog post and get angry with me. So I will pray till death so that they can visit you even once. So understand, how much rice and how much rice?
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel.